speaking of food plots, what is your food plot strategy on your little private farm there, Dan?
Right now I don't really have one. I got some seed from the Racks guy. He's
Yeah.
always really nice to me. Gives me whatever I want. The guy's got some awesome seed. Um, I got some seed from him, and I might put it in, but I'm waiting to see if they're keeping the farm. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to call and ask, but I'm going to go back past to see if they're the farmer's planting it. And then I'll know. And if he's planting, then I'll see where he's planting because he might be expanding where he's planting. And then I'll put something in. I'll probably put some clover in there, and maybe some brassicas or something, or a mix.
Hmm.
Um,
I guess like more specifically, like where do you place them on your farm, like for them to be useful to you?
so for me, the biggest use of a food plot is if you have the room, is to put in a big plot and put a mixture of all kinds of stuff in there. Put strips of a whole bunch of stuff in there, and separate them, and put cameras on each type of food, and you can kind of watch what goes to where when. And you don't put it where you're going to hunt. You could go there and you could shoot does or whatever if you wanted to, or put your kids there or something. I have a hard time hunting does, but you have that up in the like front of the farm or whatever, and that's just to hold deer there. That's just to keep them wanting to be around. It's to hold numbers of does in there or whatever. And then if you wanted to put kill plots in, I put them in the same kind of spot where you would be if you were hunting a bedding area, right? Really close, within 100 yards of the bed, little tiny micro plots. And I really like clover. Clover's most of the season, and it's easy to maintain, especially if you get it back in the woods a little ways, and it does well without sunlight. Well, not without sunlight, but in low sunlight. It
Right.
does well in in wet ground or high ground, and you get a good mixture in. And if a buck is bedding in that area, he's not going to walk by there and not check out that clover. Usually, he's going to wander to it, kind of, So that's worked well for me. Um,
Yeah. No, that's a real good tip because I know a lot of people that hunt like a small private farm. They plant their 1 acre of whatever on their property, and then they set that food plot every time they go in there and sit.
yeah, kill
It,
plot
it
for me is really small. It's the size of a little bigger than a kitchen.
yeah, yeah. So like probably not even a 1/4 acre then,
Right.
just like a eighth of an acre or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that all you guys had on Dave's farm, or did you guys ever plant bigger stuff?
We did. We planted some bigger stuff. We
Oh,
put
okay.
corn in there. We put beans in there. We did all kinds of stuff because they weren't farming it. We did have
Yeah.
some headaches. I mean, his mom said we couldn't use any sprays or anything because she wanted to have an organic property, but his mom was senile, and she thought the sprays were killing everybody. They're all dying from cancer and stuff, which is true to a point. But I mean, she went
Yeah.
overboard. She also thought
Right.
that government was spying on her with flying saucers, and they had cameras.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
so Dave sprayed it anyways, but not on me. That's on Dave.
Yeah. Right.
And we did some rather large areas. I wouldn't say huge, but we did some fairly, a big enough cornfield that they didn't need all the corn.
If you want to watch more videos, there's options here and here. And if you want to subscribe, you can just click right here.